Gentrification and ways to combat its negative effects on low-income, long-term residents in poor areas. Gentrification is a process of changing poor urban areas by the wealthier people moving in. Gentrification is heavily debated and has its pros and cons. For instance, it can spark economic growth, reduce crime rate, and improve infrastructure, but also it can cause displacement, increase cost of living, and loses cultural identity. Meet Derek. Derek lives in the low-income area of West End Birmingham. Meet Joyce. Joyce also lives in low-income areas of West End Birmingham. Derek works full-time at the local grocery store. Joyce also has a full-time job working at the nearby hospital. Despite both having full-time jobs, Derek and Joyce face many hardships due to gentrification in their community. The influx of new, wealthy residents to low-income areas causes an increase in the cost of living, displacement, and the stripping of cultural identity. One way to combat gentrification is through community-led organizations. Change starts not just by one, but with the help of a community. Members of a community can gather at local public spaces to generate ideas. For example, they could protest on different issues in the community, such as displacement and the lack of local business support. Community members could also use social media to spread the idea beyond just their local communities. Members could also utilize the help of local government officials, such as the mayor. The local government can connect with other officials to urge ideas through. These efforts can be put towards things like grants to the community. Another way to combat gentrification is by building affordable housing by retrofitting old buildings. This graph here shows the median household incomes of Birmingham residents, which primarily range between $40,000 and $60,000. Because of this, many long-term residents are displaced. Members of the community can come together to turn these evicted homes into new, more affordable homes. Supporting small local businesses is another way to combat gentrification. Gentrification forces small local businesses to close due to the development of new, bigger businesses. Individuals can promote small businesses by visiting them or sharing them on social media platforms. Free job training is another thing that could benefit low-income residents. Job training can present residents with job opportunities which can help them financially. Another way to tackle gentrification is through property tax relief. Property tax relief is available through many federal, state, and local programs to those eligible, such as low-income residents and the long-term residents who have lived at a property for a certain amount of years. Earned income tax credit is also useful for low-income residents because it reduces or eliminates tax liability and may provide a cash refund if the credit is more than the tax you owe. Rent control is also beneficial for residents because it limits how much landlords can charge for rent and how often they can increase it each year. Fundraising can also be useful for combating gentrification. Different individuals and members of the community can come together and fundraise for issues within their community, similarly to protesting. While gentrification causes an increase in the cost of living, displacement, and the stripping of cultural identity, we must utilize our community and resources to combat it in order to help each other. And here are some examples of gentrification in places in Birmingham, such as Avondale, and Railroad Park.